Hello and welcome to the Open SAP course Building Apps with the ABAP Full Application Programming Model, Week 2, Unit 5, Enriching the Projected Data Model with UI Metadata. My name is Karin Chuto-Jomo and I'm a Product Manager for the ABAP platform. In the previous unit, we defined the CDS data model projection needed for our SAP Fiori Travel List Report app. In this unit, we will go ahead and further enrich it with UI semantics for the generation of our SAP Fiori Elements Travel List Report app in the next unit. The area we are going to work on in this unit is highlighted in the wrap development flow. This time, we will use CDS metadata extensions to further enrich the CDS data model projection with UI annotations. As already mentioned in Week 1, Unit 3, CDS metadata extensions, in short MDEs, allow the modification-free enhancement of CDS data models or CDS data models projections at the metadata level. With a CDS MDE, you can add semantics for different domains to an existing CDS entity using annotations, typically UI annotations. When using CDS MDEs, we achieve a separation of the data model with all the business object semantics from the UI semantics. This separation of concerns enables a simplified change management and modification-free enhancement. Thanks to the layering approach of CDS MDEs, you can define more than one CDS metadata extension for a CDS entity. At the end of this unit, we will have two CDS metadata extensions enriching the CDS projection views defined in the previous unit. A CDS MDE for the travel view projection and another one for the booking projection view. Various information can be seen on the screenshots. At the top, the specification of the metadata layer. Each metadata extension is assigned to a layer, such as core, partner, or customer. The layer determines the priority of the evaluation. Then we can see the name of the CDS entity that is being enriched and diverse view and field-specific UI annotations. Now let's go into the system and create the CDS metadata extensions to define the layout of our SAP Fiori Elements Travel app. In the previous unit, we specified the view annotation metadata allow extension true in the BO projection views to allow their modification-free enhancement using separate CDS metadata extensions. The focus of this course is on the RESTful backend implementations of apps. Therefore, we will use only a few UI annotations to enrich the projected CDS data model for the later generation of our SAP Fiori Elements Travel app. Let's start with the Travel BO projection view. Right-click on it in the Project Explorer and select New Metadata Extension from the context menu. Enter a name and a description and press Next to continue. Project, package, and referenced object are automatically assigned in the Creation wizard. Assign a transport request and press Next. Metadata extension templates are provided for your convenience. Select the Annotate View template and press Finish. The new metadata extension appears in the editor. We have the metadata layer annotation at the top, the name of the BO projection view after the Annotate View statement, and a dummy entry between the curly brackets. Specified core as the metadata layer since we are the application provider in the present scenario. When multiple metadata extensions are defined for a given CDS entity, the layer determines the priority of the metadata. Core has the lowest and customer the highest priority. Now let us define the semicolon-separated list of the elements we want to annotate. Some of the consumption-specific element annotations specified in the BO projection views make the need for UI annotations redundant. This is the case for the element's agency name and customer ID, which are the textual description for agency ID and customer ID respectively, and for the element currency code, which is the reference field for booking fee and total price. These three elements will be automatically displayed together with their related elements on the UI. Therefore, let's remove them from the element list and also remove the associations. Let's go back to the top of the editor and define some header information such as type name and title and the presentation variant for our list report app using UI view annotations. The queried travel data will be sorted in the descending order by the element travel ID in the list. Then in the curly bracket, we are using UI facet annotations to define the navigation to the object page and its layout. The travel object page has two facets, the identification reference of the travel entity and the line item reference of the booking entity, with the booking composition specified as target element. We can now go ahead and specify a default position and eventually a label for each element using the respective UI element annotations. Whenever available and not overridden, the labels of the underlying data elements are used as labels on the UI. The UI line item annotation is used to specify the layout information of each element shown as column in the list. The UI identification annotation is used to specify the layout information of each element shown in the identification section of the object page. And the UI selection field annotation is used to enable an element for selection in the filter bar. If a value help is defined for the given element, then it is automatically exposed to the UI. For the positioning order, any decimal number can be used as value for the property position. With the annotation UI hidden true, we prevent elements from being displayed on the UI or in the personalization settings dialog. As a result of this metadata extension, the element travel UUID will only be displayed in the identification section of the object page. The elements travel ID, agency ID, and customer ID will be available for selection in the filter bar and also shown in the travel list and in the identification section of the object page. Except the admin fields, which are not relevant on the UI, the other elements will appear in the list and in the identification section of the object page. Save and activate the metadata extension. Now let's go ahead and enrich the Booking BO projection view. Right-click on it in the Project Explorer and select New Metadata from the context menu. Enter a name and a description in the Creation wizard and press Next to continue. Project, package, and reference object have been automatically assigned. Assign the transport request and press Next. Select the Annotate View template and click Finish. The new metadata extensions appears in the editor and with the booking projection view specified as the annotated view statement. Specified core as the metadata layer and define the list of the element to be enriched with UI semantics. Remove the element's customer name, carrier name, and currency code from the list because they will be automatically displayed together with their related elements on the UI thanks to some consumption-specific annotations specified in the booking projection view. Also remove the associations. Now let us add some header information and define the layout of the booking object page and the layout of the booking list on the travel object page. I have prepared a code snippet for that. As a result of this metadata extension, the booking object page comprises only one facet from type identity identification reference. The booking UUID will only be displayed on the booking object page. The travel UUID and the admin fields are set to hidden and therefore will not appear on the UI or in the personalization settings dialog. The other fields will be shown in the booking list and on the travel object page and in the identification section of the booking object page. Save and activate the metadata extension. We are done with the enrichment of our CDS data model projection. Let us go to the projection views and have a quick look at them. Press F5 to refresh the editor if needed. We now have a marker on the left-hand side of the define view statement showing that the view has been extended. In the element info, we can have a look at the complete view structure, including composition nodes, generated objects, and extensions. We can also have a look at the active annotations of a given CDS view. For that, right-click on the relevant entity in the Project Explorer and navigate to the context menu Open With and then Active Annotations. In the Active Annotations view, we can see the various active annotations, their values and origins. The origin can be either the CDS entity itself or the underlying CDS entities, database tables, or data elements, or existing extensions. That's it. That was it with the system demo. We are now at the end of this unit. Let's wrap it up with a short recap. In this unit, you have learned about enriching a CDS data model with UI-specific annotations and how to create CDS metadata extensions. Further information for this unit is available in the appendix of this presentation. Thanks for listening and see you in the next unit where we will be creating the OData service and previewing our SAP Fiori Elements travel app.